Wow, some pretty crazy news broke in the world of college football today. As you can tell by the title of this video, you have USC and UCLA looking to leave the Pac-12, and from what all the rumors have said, it's pretty much a done deal at this point. All they're doing is just waiting from like a formality situation or something like that going on. I'm not a businessman, obviously, but it's looking to be as early as 2024, which is just absolutely crazy. But before I give my opinions and talk about that a little bit and what I think of the move, which I think it's pretty crazy, but I'm working on another season prediction video. I got Florida up next. I'm going to try and get that released this weekend if anybody's been curious on where another prediction video has been. I've been doing a lot of 12-hour days at work, so that's definitely put a little bit of a wrinkle into trying getting these preview videos up. I got next week off, and I'm looking to crank out 3 or 4 of them next week. So look out for those preview videos as I keep those rolling and coming out. But wow, just completely shocking news to me. USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12 to want to go and play in the Big Ten. And they're looking to play, obviously, in a big boy conference at this point. Because we all know the Pac-12 is terrible. And with USC and UCLA leaving, you might as well start to consider the Pac-12 a group of 5 school. You might as well start calling it the group of 6 and the Power 4 at this point. Let's just be honest here. Those are 2 huge name brands, and you can say what you want about USC, like, oh, they ain't done nothing in 15 years, and UCLA hasn't done anything in 20 years. But those are still 2 name brands that are some of the biggest name brands in college football, period. And USC is one of the best programs of all time, and they currently have Lincoln Riley, who I think is going to right that ship and get USC back to where USC should be as a football program. They should be a program that is dominating the world of college football, consistently a top 10 team and top 5 team. That's where USC should be, and I think Lincoln Riley is going to get them back to being what they should be. Oh, sorry there, kind of dropped my phone there. And that's a huge move, not only for those 2 schools, that's a huge move for the conference in general, because not only do you have like the Big Ten is now basically a nationwide conference. Now you can say, well, they don't have any of the teams in the South or whatever, but they stretch from the East Coast all the way now to the West Coast out there in LA. And not only that, you open up the television markets for not only for the entire LA area, but that entire side of the country is going to be watching Big Ten games. And that's going to be huge, because it's going to cause the TV contracts to go through the roof for the Big Ten. And that's going to put the Big Ten at 16 teams. Same with the SEC when Texas and Oklahoma finally come over and join. I think also in 2024, if I remember correctly. The Big Ten just going to be raking the money in, period, point blank. And I think logistically it's kind of going to be a little bit difficult for something like football, and not football, but like basketball. And I know we're talking football here, but that's, road games and basketball, I think, are definitely going to be a struggle for USC and UCLA. But I do think in a way it's kind of logistically going to be tough for all sports. I'm assuming that all sports are going to be joining the Big Ten for those 2 schools. It's definitely going to be tough traveling potentially 3,000 miles to go and play Maryland. If you got to play Maryland, or going to have Maryland out playing USC or UCLA, or you're saying vice versa. You're going to have USC coming to play Penn State. And you got potentially some pretty crazy matchups that could potentially happen on a yearly basis between USC and Ohio State, UCLA, Michigan, USC, Penn State. Like, it's crazy, like the kind of matchups you can potentially get now, especially getting an all-time great program like USC, potentially going to Ohio State every other year, or potentially every year, depending on how scheduling ends up working out. The kind of matchups you're going to see, I think, are going to be pretty awesome. You know, the SEC and the Big Ten are just pulling away from everybody else. No matter how you want to put it, the Big Ten and the SEC, their money contracts are absolutely through the roof. And the Big Ten is going to get even higher with USC moving in and UCLA moving in. Like I said, because like I said before, those are two name brand college football programs. Those are name brands in the world of college football. And it doesn't matter that USC has not been that good in 15 years and UCLA has not been that good in 20 years. Those are name brands that are going to boost the revenue of the conference, period, point blank. Because everything west of the Mississippi, west of Texas, whatever, is going to be tuned into these games. There's a lot of USC fans out that way, period, point blank. A lot of fans, and a lot of people are going to be having a lot more eyes on the Big Ten. So this is nothing but a big-time win for the SEC, for the Big Ten. But wow, that's just absolutely insane to me. Like, you're basically going to have it now where the Big Ten and the SEC are basically 1A and 1B when it comes to a lot of things that we're going to have here in the college football world. I'm definitely kind of at a loss for words for this, because it's pretty shocking to say the least. But yeah, but I'll go ahead and jump off of here. You guys can go ahead and comment down below and tell me what you guys think of this move. I was definitely a bombshell, period. I don't think anybody woke up today thinking they were going to see USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12 to go join the Big Ten and try to play some big boy football instead of playing Oregon and, and there's several of them other, Utah and some of them other teams out there in Arizona. So definitely trying to play some big boy football, and you definitely can't fault them for that. Like I said, this is a huge, huge deal in the world of college football, and I'll go ahead and I'll catch you guys in the next one.